Hey, 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 what is vibin', beautiful heart? How are you doing today? Woo! I am recording this on Saturday, May 14th, so we just had the only Friday the 13th in 2022, which is a very divine feminine number and day. Guys, let me know how you are feeling energetically, how things are going. Yesterday, what an increase. I know a lot of you, I had a lot of clients reaching out. A lot of old energy and fear and confusion, lots of confusion going around. So guys, hang in there. It's all designed to bring you back to you, to help you see where there's limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are behind fears and doubts and all that anxiety. So yes, I do expect it to be kicking up for a lot of people. The energy is ripe for that, especially with the cosmic lineup. It's not here to pull you back, take you back. It's literally here to help you spring forward. But it normally doesn't feel like that when it comes at you. I did a lot of counseling yesterday with people who, and this is what altered ego does when this energy kicks in. It can make you feel like you're lost or you're not on your path. All those things. Guys, those are the illusions. That's that false evidence appearing real. All right. We are moving. We're 2 days out now almost from this full moon in Scorpio. Yes, it's an intense full moon, just like everything's intense right now, guys. It is okay. All right. Let's get you guys some advice. See what the heck is going on today. And as I'm shuffling and pulling some of the other cards, these blowout specials, $22 for email reading and $44 for live. They will only be valid through May. Spaces are limited and filling up. Once the spaces are filled up, as long as your paid request is in before the last day of May, you will get your reading. Some of you may have to go onto a wait list, but you'll get it. All right, let's see. Jeez, these ones are really flying out. Okay, I know we had, I think we had sacral chakra. Oh no, we had solar plexus chakra yesterday. Okay. Out of the Beyond Lumeria deck, all three cards that flew out were chakra cards. So yeah, big energy. Okay, let's see. What are we starting out with? 42, move away from a difficult situation. I know this is probably going to sound like a blanket thing, but all of us, everyone right now is dealing with some sort of difficult situation on some level. And we are being called to use our new spiritual tools. And here's the thing. We all have a spiritual toolbox with lots of tools. Lots of tools we don't even know we have, nor do we know how to properly use them. At this point, guys, we are being asked to move by faith and trust. And I know faith and trust looks very different in this energy and on this path than it does in the matrix. So let me kind of break that down a little bit. Having faith, trust, hope, that needs to be unwavering, and that doesn't come from the mind. because the mind is the intellect. That is the seat of altered ego. Altered ego is the altered ego. Wait, did I just say altered ego is the altered ego? Good Lord. Altered ego realm is doubt and fear. It doesn't want you to know the truth about you and remember the fuller truths. It will come at you in so many different ways to knock you off that trust, faith, and really throw things at you to get you to waver. That's the name of the game. And see, here's the thing. Altered ego is a program. It doesn't get any new downloads. So there's no updates to it. So this program is the same program that's been running since you were younger, that inner dialogue. Faith, hope, trust, that comes from your soul, from your heart. That's that I know that I know that I know. And I'm not saying that just, especially when you get to that level and you're like, I know that I know that I know that I know, but yet doubt still creeps up. Those are your divine opportunities to overcome that doubt by holding true to your truth, your faith, your trust. All right. Number 25, interesting. 42, that reduces to 6. Now we have 25. This is reducing to 7. Enter your sacred space. Commune with your fairy allies. When we're having issues with trust and hope and holding on, when it seems like you've been going through it and it's not going to come to pass, going into your sacred space, wherever that is, whatever that is for you, and communing with yourself as well as the elementals that you connect with, whether that be the fairies, unicorns, dragons, gnomes, Peter Pan, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is for you, those are cosmic helpers. And for those that are already starting to see them or they're making an appearance in your life, that means your vibration is raising higher, because these elemental beings and the different beings, they hide from the human consciousness and the humans because we have been so toxic in our thoughts and feelings that it's not safe for them. So if you're starting to see those, that means that's a sign that you are bringing in more illumination. Number 16, now we have 7. Look through the mist and find the mystery. I love this because the mist is always going to be like the fog, the confusion. Guys, confusion always comes from altered ego. It doesn't come from source, spirit, or soul. Source, spirit, soul, universal consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever words you use, that is love, that unconditional love. That's the one law, and that's the only law it goes by, and it's not 3D love. So, and it's never confused. It's altered ego that goes into confusion and throws up the fog and the mist. So yeah, look deeper. When you get confused, that's the perfect time when you realize what's going on to start talking to your cells. Ask it to show you what it's revealing. And guys, here's another altered ego trick. Altered ego is going to want an instant answer. Sometimes you'll get an instant answer. It's not always instant. It doesn't mean it's not working. Depending on where you're at on this journey and clearing the different veils and layers off of the multi-body system, because that is what you are, And it's unique for everybody based on your own experiences and timeline, but you got to keep hitting back at it. You're breaking up that density. And every time you tell yourself whatever truth you have, altered ego is going to rise up and be like, really? Do you really believe that? Oh, that's what you think? And it's going to hit you with something that will want to make you react in an old way, an old thought pattern, an old going back to something to make yourself feel good. But all that does, that's what I call it, caterpillar thoughts, caterpillar actions, will get you more of that. In other words, more human consciousness stuff. And you'll know, because you'll try to seek out your old ways to bring yourself into balance or feel better. And for a lot of you, this could just be that overanalyzing, that mental masturbation of you got to figure everything out. You got to figure everything out. But that in and of itself is a trap, because the more you try to analyze and figure it out, you're repeating the old story. Inwardly, outwardly, whatever, as you're trying to analyze. That's altered ego walking you around with a leash in a circle, but letting you think you're in control and free. All right, Lemurian egg. Number 4, rest, regeneration, reintegration of divine potentials. This is what is going on right now. You are being called to slow down. Pull back into your cocoon, your energetic egg, and tap in. Many of you are having downloads, DNA activations, things like that. When we go through that, when we go through energy cosmically, like we're going through, and we're about to level up, right after we go through what I call the high, the more positive vibrations, we're happy, we've gotten vulnerable, spoken some truths, whatever, we tend, here's another trick from altered ego, that will sit there and go, oh yes, I've made it, I've arrived, my problems are gone. And before you know it, doubt, fear, confusion, all that creeps up, and you're like, oh my God, what happened? Da, da, da. Guess what? Before you realize it, that old thought pattern is there. You're freaking out. You're overanalyzing. Boom. It's not that you're right back to where you were, because you don't lose the gains that you've made. It's literally like you just put yourself in a time out. The last cloak, 8, release old identities. Magnificence realized. Yep. This is literally, guys, what we're all going through. You're realizing that the old ways, the old identities, things you used to like and do, all of that, that's no longer. You're irritated with it. You're not liking it. That's part of releasing this old paradigm shift and allowing your authenticity, your true beauty, inner beauty, light, however you want to show up and express God, whatever that means to you. Our ego has a purpose. Us coming into these bodies, when we take on these earth suits, meat suits, whatever you want to say, veils or cloaks, either way, get put over us. As we go through this journey, we start removing those veils, piercing them, looking through them. And it is, spirituality goes through seasons. And as you release, you have to release the old to allow the new in. Some of you are having a hard time releasing the old because you can't see the new. You don't really know what to expect, and that brings up fear. That's part of what needs to be released so you can shift into that trust. And by now, you have already had so much proof and experiences that this works. Now this is about proving it to yourself every day, gaining that momentum and consistency. That's what's going to make great shifts. Number 5, divine blueprint. Source, self-embodiment, inspiration. You are ready. You are ready. Those thoughts, those fears that you're not ready, that you need something else, you need more money, you need more this, you need more that before you could do this, that's all that mental masturbation. And it's going to become very uncomfortable because your divine blueprint is being unfolded to you. When that unfolds, it's much more uncomfortable to stay in that old energy. That's my analogy of putting on a sandpaper bathing suit and acting like a salmon while trying to swim upstream. Uncomfortable. Eventually, you'll get so uncomfortable, you'll just strip that salmon suit off. Okay. Now, here we go into the Beyond Lumeria cards, all the chakras. We've got number 8, third eye chakra, pineal perspective. I know that came out yesterday as well, but in a different card. Yes, the third eye is opening. You're learning how to work with it, not freak out with all the different sensations and things that you may be picking up and seeing. Lean into it. I don't know if you should be able to see, but these are like DNA strands. There are codes in our DNA, and they're being opened. Number 3, sacral chakra, core of creation. And this is the sacral chakra, also known as the root chakra. There's a lot of energy that is stored there. This energy is stored there from childhood. It's all about our safety and security. Many of you who are taking my courses have learned that that energy blocks us. And you've been learning how to gently acknowledge it, thank it, and release it. For the rest of you, you are feeling this on a certain level. Yes, it can feel scary. Yes, it also has to do with the Kundalini awakening. Guys, the Kundalini awakening, just like everything else with spirituality, there's a lot of misinformation. And I don't even want to say misinformation. Let me correct that. There's levels to everything. And the truth never changes, it only expands. As you gain more illumination, more enlightenment, you start moving through those denser, lower vibrations and separating from the human consciousness, those limiting beliefs. You can now open up to more of the spiritual truths. For instance, a lot of you have done inner child work. And there's a lot of inner child work out there. There's different levels. I do inner child work differently than what's out there. It's a different level. It's a deeper level. Everything I do goes back to the root. And when I mean root, I mean like the source of creation, all the way back. The inner child, that is not where the guilt, anxiety, shame, all that comes from. Altered ego will project that and loves to get you thinking it's the inner child. It's not. Somebody needed to hear that because I was not going to go there. But anyways, a lot of those false beliefs or limiting beliefs, limiting teachings, and that may trigger somebody. I don't mean for it to be. I just mean, and you guys will already know it, there are different levels on this path. the masters and the teachers and the guides that you need for every level of your life show up when you need them. It doesn't mean that they were wrong or they taught you incorrectly. They taught you what you needed and that energy and that time and space so you could get to the next level. I hope that makes sense. So we will always be students and teachers and evolving. One thing Altered Ego likes to do is get you to look back and go, well, I put in all this time and money on this, this, and this, and I didn't get the results I desired. One, Altered Ego will set up expectations that we can never meet or fill. But those expectations become basically judgments and self-fulfilling prophecies, because all of it goes together. You needed all of it. You cannot go from the 3rd grade to the 12th grade. You needed all those grades in between. That would be those different levels of the different spiritual tools and thoughts and things like that. With me, I teach you more in depth of really what the inner child is, that purpose, how to work with that inner child to help heal that and bring the authenticity forward. I show you what shadow is, altered ego is, and help you understand the differences and the subtleties to know when those players are acting out so you can build your toolbox uniquely for you and your experiences and your own instruction manual for yourself. So if any of you feel that energy creeping up or you've been sitting in that energy, release that, let it go. Thank those teachers. Thank all those modalities, because guess what? You needed them. It got you to this point. Okay? All right, number 10, soul star chakra, merging with the divine. This is beautiful. You guys are already tapping into this at some level. The way to open up to this fully comes in increments. Each time you look at a limiting belief, you acknowledge it and you release it in love. You tap in more and more to your soul chakra. Woo! I love it. I love it, guys. Yeah, this is, again, huge, big transformation. You guys are, your chakra systems is literally like your divine GPS. And when you can really learn how to work with this physical body and the spiritual body and how your mental and emotional bodies, that you control that. Guys, you are not your physical body. You are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings. You are within consciousness. Consciousness goes out and around you. It's not like it's within you and comes out. The mind's mastery lies in the heart. Absolutely, because the mind cannot truly know anything. Why? It's the human intellect. By design, it is limited to the human consciousness. Trying to understand deep spiritual truths from the human intellect will cause confusion, frustration, feeling lost every single time. Why? Because the mind and the intellect is a completely different vibration than your heart and truth. That's why you'll hear me say, you will not find your answers in overanalyzing and in your mind and in your intellect. Your answers are a different vibration to the issues. Give yourself the love you desire. Absolutely. You first have to give it to yourself. The changes that you want to see in others or in your life, you first have to make them for you. Your inner child deserves your attention. Absolutely. Guys, at this level on this path, we do not want to ignore or push down. We have spent lifetimes ignoring and pushing down our truths, which are the inner child. We can't do that anymore. That is just another altered ego tactic. We need to now take that false evidence appearing real, and we need to literally face everything and rise. Inner healing. Absolutely. For many of you guys, I know this feels so intense. More intense than anything you have gone through before. Why? Inner healing. You're really getting a handle on this fear and anxiety where it used to rule you. You are now standing up. You're facing it. And you're not allowing it the role that it has had in your life. Many of you need to apologize. Apologize to yourself. That's one of the first things I teach you in the inner child. I do not teach you to mother or parent your inner child. Absolutely not. That is not what I do. But we do need to apologize. And that could be as simple as just saying to your inner child, I apologize for all the times I ignored you, got mad at you. And what do I mean by that? The self-sabotage, those thoughts in our minds when we think we're stupid or we self-bash, all of that. That's what you need to apologize to yourself for, so you can move into gratitude. Yep, absolutely. All right. I love this energy, you guys. It really is beautiful. This transformation, this transition has been intense. Buckle up, buttercups. The next few days can be very intense. Expect the unexpected. Qualify the energy every day. Your answers are coming in rapidly. Qualify your energy every morning when you wake up. Before I get out of bed, I greet my I am presence. I send love, and then I say yes to life, and life says yes to me in all its victory. Then I qualify my day, the energy. How do I want my day to go? What energy am I on record for? What am I allowing in? What am I not allowing in? You may need to set the energy a few times. It is okay. Check in with yourself. That could simply be, if you're around a lot of people or working in an office, whatever, you go to the bathroom, take a few minutes, put the hands over the heart, take in a deep breath, and just say, I thank you. I love you. Everything is working out for my highest good. And then go on about your day. Being consistent, doing that when you need, and staying out of the mind, monkey mind, and over-analyzing. And mental masturbation is getting you nowhere but frustrated. Because what's coming? This freedom. You are letting yourself out of that cage. All right, beautiful. As always, I am sending you oceans and oceans of love from my heart to yours. Thank you for all of your energy, your subscribes, comments, all the private messages. In the presence of the Christ, I bless you with health, wealth, love, peace, and joy. If you want a private reading, you want me to look into what's going on with you, hit me up via email or schedule yourself on my website. Until the next video, namaste. Bye-bye.